David Bowie would have turned 75 on Saturday, but it's been 6 years since the music legend died. His 2016 death came as a complete shock to all but his closest friends, with the star having kept his liver cancer diagnosis a secret. The disease was first discovered in 2014, and when David turned up for the recording of his final album, Black Star, with no hair or eyebrows due to chemotherapy, he swore everyone he worked with to secrecy. By mid-2015, David was in remission, but sadly, that November the cancer returned, and this time it was terminal and spread around David's body. Having battled cancer for a year and a half, David learned it was incurable, and 3 months later he was gone. Get the news you want straight to your inbox. Sign up for a Mirror newsletter here. But he dealt with his diagnosis in his typical light-hearted fashion, his good friend Gary Oldman has revealed. David made a joke about his appearance as his illness and the grueling treatment caused him to lose a lot of weight. He faced his illness with enormous courage, dignity, grace and customary humor, even in dire circumstances, Gary said. When he wrote to tell me the bad news, he added, "The good news is I've got my cheekbones back." Gary added, over his career, David challenged and changed our understanding of the medium, whether in music or life. He emphasized originality, experimentation, exploration, and in his very unique way, he also reminded us to never take ourselves too seriously. During tough times when he was first diagnosed, David turned to one of his close friend and collaborator, Tony Visconti. "Sometimes he would phone me when he just finished treatment," Tony told Rolling Stone in 2016. "He couldn't talk very loud. He was really pretty messed up, and I would say, 'Don't worry about it. You're going to live.' And at first, it did appear that way. He was optimistic because he was doing the chemo and it was working. I was thrilled. And he was a bit apprehensive," Tony explained. He said, "Well, don't celebrate too quickly. For now, I'm in remission, and we'll see how it goes." And he continued the chemotherapy. "So I thought he was going to make it." Despite his condition, just a month before his death, the star made a brave appearance at the opening night of his off-Broadway show, Lazarus, but collapsed backstage. Determined to keep creating, David recorded demos for 5 new songs from his sickbed, and just 1 week before his passing he FaceTimed Tony and said he wanted to make one more album. Tony said, "I was thrilled and I thought, and he must have thought, that he'd have a few months, at least. So the end must have been very rapid. I'm not privy to it. I don't know exactly, but he must have taken ill very quickly after that phone call." In the time he had left, David threw himself into recording, and when he arrived to film a video the sad effects of his treatment were evident as he had lost his eyebrows and hair due to chemotherapy. "He just came fresh from a chemo session, and he had no eyebrows, and he had no hair on his head," Tony told Rolling Stone. "There was no way he could keep it a secret from the band. But he told me privately and I really got choked up when we sat face to face talking about it." And it seems David knew he was going to lose his hair. While preparing for filming, he warned director Johan Renck that he may not be able to fulfill his own designs for the lead character, which had a mohawk hairstyle. Bowie didn't know if he would have hair left by the time of the shoot, Johan told The Guardian. When he arrived to shoot the video he did have grey hair, though he had to be careful otherwise it came out in tufts, the paper reported. On January 10, 2016, news of David's death sparked an outpouring of grief all over the world, with his fans gathering at impromptu shrines and singing his songs. For his beloved wife Iman, the pain of her loss was unimaginable. Since meeting in 1990 and marrying in 1992, the couple had been inseparable. For both of them, there could never be anybody else. In 2020, Iman told Harper's Bazaar, "David is in our hearts and minds on a daily basis, for all of us. You know, this was my true love. My daughter once asked me if I would ever marry again and I said, never. He is hiding in plain sight. His fans are still around, his music is still relevant. Do you have a story to share? Email webfeatures@trinitymirror.com.